Greetings, humans. I'm Andre, and I'm George, and welcome back to the Windmill full of corpses. Now we're getting back to a band we only checked out once on the channel, since their album dropped recently. This is Gojira, the Chant. And I think this video dropped exactly on the day of the album release of 42.
So what we were noticing in the Amazonia reaction is just how much of a tribal feeling they've got, and maybe some Sepultura, alien weaponry-like influences. And someone in the comments was actually saying that that song is literally kind of a tribute to Sepultura. So they're definitely going for that tribal vibe, and they're definitely bringing messages along with it about the Amazon and all that. I don't have anything else to say other than, of course, video will be in the description, so you can go check it out. So then, the Chant. Okay, so it's a chant. Absolutely not what I was expecting. And despite that, it is a chant, so I should have expected it, I guess. Okay, brushing up on our history a bit. That's some grim truths. I expect.
They're definitely hitting on heavy humanitarian topics with this album, and I think they're actually doing it a lot better than many bands who approach these sort of topics, because they actually get their emotions regarding these things in the music.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always heavy for me commenting on stuff like that, because it's like, I didn't even know this stuff until today.
Yeah.
I knew that Tibet has kind of a grim history, just not many details, so I'll keep away from that for now.
But what I want to say about that, though, is if you look at Amazonia, well, that's also some pretty catastrophic things they're touching on, and there it was like the song felt really angry, and fiery and blazing.
Yeah, but here it's more anguished,
and I would say empathetic in some sense.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think we commented much on Joe's vocals in the last one, but he's so expressive, you know. His clean singing style is always kind of a bit gritty and screamy, and his screaming style always has some melody in it, so he's never on a polar end of the spectrum between harsh and clean vocals.
Yeah.
He's always sort of moving in somewhere in the middle. And that allows him to bring emotion into everything, from both spectrums of emotion. And on this one, he's sticking further towards the clean end, but you still get that like bitter end. I don't know, there's something special about
I
it.
think this must be the cleanest vocal performance I've ever heard in Gojira by far.
Mhm.
And overall the most like emotional and balladic kind of song.
Yeah.
And I loved how they built into it, and still that kind of chugging riff with those runs.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there. I love what they did with that riff. This is already becoming one of my favorite Gojira songs.
Let's see where it goes then.
Stop it again there. I'm really getting sucked into the imagery here.
Yeah.
And I loved how they did that scene, like how they made it come through, because it's a brutal scene with all the violence, but like with the snippets of Joe in between.
Yeah.
And that bitter look on his face, it almost looks like he's dragging the pain from that scene and putting it out in his expression.
Yeah, they sing that really well. Also, the vocals changed. They were more intense emotionally. Damn, man. This is getting to me. It's different. It's definitely got this mantra feel, this constant drive to it. A few more details that I noticed is just how Mario's using the cymbals. In the beginning, we had those, like, whatever they were, effects, drum effects, which I think are traditional stuff.
Yeah.
Probably inspired from Tibetan stuff, I don't know. And then how they fused into the song, he's keeping that same effect going on with the cymbal. And another cool detail that I've noticed is the sound actually sounds a little bit stoner-ish on the guitars and stuff. It's got that fuzzy...
Yeah, it has the fuzzy texture. I didn't think that was stoner, but I definitely got the texture.
Yeah, and then there's also those little cool runs that they do moving up within the verses.
That's what I was talking about earlier. I love those. It's a really cool detail. So let's let it go through. Yeah.
Yeah, that was deep.
That's such a weird mix of emotions I'm dealing with right now. Because on some level it's so dark and sad and tragic, and it's hard to even take it in. But on the other hand, it wasn't just about the bad. Like,
are you seeing a glimmer of hope in there?
Not only the glimmer of hope, I do like that, and that was at the end. I actually didn't get what was the symmetry with the scene, because I think at the beginning there was a scene with like a young guy or a kid or something with that statue in his hand, and then at the end, 2021, it was an old guy.
Well, it said something like the orphans of Tibet are still hoping to get back home or something like that, and I think it's just to say that it's the same person years later.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I definitely also got a bit of a cinematic movie feel with the intro, and then this credits thing at the end. They did that really cool. And I think, having seen Amazonia and then this, I'm getting a feel for what the title and probably the concept of the album actually means: fortitude, which is resilience, I guess, against all this sort of grimness that happens to people. Okay, so what I wanted to say is, what they did and what I think actually makes it hit a bit harder is, they didn't just show you the acts of violence and the scenes of what's going wrong, they also showed you the scenes of beauty of what is or what was before there, kind of, that got ripped away. Like, you had all that nature scenery, you had those harmony family scenes or stuff like that, so those... It's a very empathetic video, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it gives you that heartwarming feeling, and then it shows you how it gets ripped away, and then it's like, I can't even take that. So,
yeah. Boy. Yeah, but I think it's got a glimmer of light in it, at the end. And it's definitely got this feeling of hope all the way through it. That's pretty cool. So, yeah. I think it's cool that, it's heavy topics. It's heavy topics. I don't know if what we're saying now might be polarizing or anything. I don't know what other people think about all this. For me, the information in this video is mostly new.
Yeah.
But I think in light of that thought, it's actually really admirable that they're putting their thoughts forward like this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I think even if no one gets it, or if no one gets exactly the same message, like just putting it out there and making it hit this strong, it's gotta make an impact.
I think
it's gotta drive people to aim to fix things, even if they might not know or be able to in every possible way.
Yeah, it doesn't have a moralizing tone. It's not like all you Westerners and rich people should be helping out Tibet. They're not saying that. They're just shedding a light on I would say horrible things, and I think one of the first things you can feel as a result of this is just a hint of gratitude.
Yeah.
For the fact that you're living a normal life. I mean, I don't know if you personally are, but I sure hope you do.
Yes.
And it's definitely I think a call to keep moving.
One more thing I want to say: if you're not living a normal life, if you're dealing with some sort of misery, what the hell are you doing watching our videos instead of getting yourself together?
Okay, so.
Yeah, that hit hard, and I don't really know how to process it. I'm gonna need some time with it, and I will come back to it. But for now, thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed our video, we greatly appreciate the likes and shares, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe with bells on.
I think it's kind of hypocritical that first you moralize people for watching our video and then you thank them for it, but regardless, thank you very much for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'd love to see you back at the Windmill very soon. Don't say anything else. Corpse is out.